What's going on, everybody? It's G Walker, the CNG Podcast, man. How y'all doing out there? Bears win again, 9-3. We're number one in the division. I think we might be number one in the NFC in general. Bears win again, man. There's really nothing else to say, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Drop your comments. Bring your thoughts. Just bring everything you thought about the game, because I know I got my thoughts about the game. The offensive line was whooping the Eagles' front four all game. The run game was immaculate, man. Cal Manon guys running like somebody told him, like the renters do. You know what I'm saying? You got an eviction notice. You got an eviction notice coming for your rent or your mortgage. You know what I'm saying? He was balling, man. He was balling. He was balling. He was balling. So my bad, y'all. Hold on. This phone is doing something stupid. Yeah, the game was the game, man. Just a good game. It wasn't perfect. None of the Bears games this season have been perfect, man. From Caleb Williams to sometimes Ben Johnson play calling. You know, it's not perfect, man. Caleb continues to struggle in games to where he needs to elevate his game. We continue to win in spite of Caleb Williams. I mean, it is what it is at this point. He continues to make bad throws. He can't complete easy throws. And the luxury is that we have a run game. It's crazy. It was good to see old school Bears football, good defense, and run the ball, classic George Halas football. Yeah, it was cool to see that. Like I'm a person that loves the trench work. I'm a person that loves the run game. I love seeing the O-line beat up people. I love seeing the D-line beat up people. But I do like my quarterback to be a part of the reason why we win the games. Caleb Williams was not the reason we won this game today, and that's fine. But for me, a person that likes to look forward about a lot of stuff down the road, I don't know what to say about Caleb Williams, man. Like I said at the beginning of the year, hold on. Like I said at the beginning of the year, Caleb Williams, he's going to have to stack completions, man. I was talking about this in the private chat with the guys. I was just saying Caleb Williams at the beginning of the year, I was like, he's just going to have to learn how to stack completions. In order to be an elite quarterback, above average quarterback, you have to stack completions, in my opinion. That's any quarterback. And we continue to see Caleb Williams not stack completions, bro. It's not something I'm happy to see, but it is something I'm concerned about, his accuracy, man. I don't know if because his height. I don't know because he got to throw over giant linemen. I have no idea why Caleb Williams is inaccurate as much as he is, bro. It's concerning, and I'm pretty sure the fellas are going to talk about it, man. But the defense today, Dennis Allen, he got his guys back. Dennis Allen got his guys back. JJ was back. Tyler Gordon was back. A lot of the guys were back today, man. We saw a little bit of what they could look like as a full healthy team with our secondary being healthy. So we got to get a kudos to the defense today. Dennis Allen holding that team to 12 points today, 9 points. On the road, this is a road win, man. This is another signature win. CJ's in the building right now. What up, C? Another signature win on the road against the Super Bowl champions, leading their division. It's just a good win, man. Overall, it's a good win. We can't poo-poo any win that we get right now. Like, we just cannot do that as a fan base. So we got to appreciate every win that we got. You know, C, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, G. How about yourself, man?
I see you out there eating. You got your napkin on your face. You think you're the king of England or something, man? What's going on?
No, I just got that eating dinner.
Who you think you was, man? This man got a whole napkin on tonight, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this for now. It's crazy, man. What's up, Craig? Craig, he said, what a hell of a team win, guys. I'm very impressed about what I saw. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. It was good to see you. I read that one. Craig says, bear down. Craig said, wow, that was a hell of a win. Yep. Then we got my boy Nick that said, we have a team, ladies and gentlemen. Bears can win in any way we need to. This is not the old Bears. I respect that. He came to understand the run game was our best route to win. Yeah. Caleb, man, DJ, he continues to struggle in areas, man, and a lot of people are continuing to see, especially us. Man, we can't speak for the whole fan base, but for us, we're in the private chat a lot. We don't nitpick Caleb Williams. We don't necessarily, bash him, but we always going to call out what we see, man. The inaccuracy continues from him. See, it's crazy.
It does. It does. And shout out to the defense today. Shout out to the run game, because both of those two things stepped up today for the Bears. I don't know what's going on with Caleb in this passing game, but he's gonna have to get it correct, because we're not gonna keep winning games like this. Philadelphia looked real bad today. I mean, I could just say that they looked real bad today. Their offense wasn't hitting. Their defense wasn't stopping the Bears' running game. Nothing was going good for Philadelphia today. But Caleb cannot keep having these games where he's playing like this and the Bears is winning. It's not going to keep happening all through the season.
Yeah, he is a big part of the reason, man, of why we're the future that we want him, man. He's the number 1 overall pick, and we don't want to nitpick on this kid, man, this young man, but bro, you got to be better throwing the ball downfield, dude. You can't even make it go. This is a problem, man. This is a problem, man. I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm really just tired of seeing it. We got some more comments though, man. We got 69 people in the live right now. We appreciate everybody in here, man. Bring your thoughts before they get up on that podium. We got Craig right here saying Ben Johnson's better than coach, man. I love this coach. Imagine when Caleb can get his accuracy down, how good he could be. Yeah, that's a big thing. Like it's like the quarterback position, for what I've seen, Craig, is the last thing to get going almost. The defense hasn't been healthy all year, but guess what? The defense hasn't quit all year. You know what I mean? The run game is solid. None guy's looking like he can be the RB1 of this team. DeAndre Swift, he continues to, when it's time for him to make explosive plays, he does. The receivers are hit and miss sometimes with their catching ability. The tight ends position looks to be pretty solid. But Caleb Williams, it just keeps coming out that he's a weak spot of this team, CJ. He's part of the team, and he's not performing at an optimal place I thought he would be after 9, 10, 11 games. Like it's concerning, man. It's concerning. Ben Johnson built the culture. See, the culture is a culture. The running game is dope. The offensive line can block. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, your quarterback got to be better in certain spots of the game, man. He just got to be better.
Yo, shout out to the offensive line today, man. I see some good blocking out there today.
Yeah, we could talk about the offensive line, bro. Go ahead, man, because they were a big part of the reason why we was winning this game, man.
Man, Drew Dahman, shout out to him, man. You see, I think he really set the offensive line to play good today.
Yeah. I mean, the offensive line, we paid for this offensive line, man. Tunney, Dahlman, Jackson. You know what I mean? We paid for this offensive line. And it's good that we getting an ROI, return on investment, with the way that they can run block and pass blocks. So it's money well spent in this category right here, man. The fact that our starting linebackers were not there. Edwards didn't play today. Tremaine wasn't playing today. Sewell, I'm sure he was out, man. The fact that this team continues just to be a well-oiled machine right now is so impressive, man. But we just had our boy Shad CNG podcast coming here, man. And we're going to let my boy Shad talk about his thoughts of the game before they get up on this podium, man. We got Craig saying the Hogs up front were moving the best defensive line in the league. Speak on that shit, bro. The best defensive line in the league, they was moving them up like they was hoeing them dudes, man. They was hoeing them dudes, man. Money well spent on the O-line. Your mic muted, Shad.
Yeah, mute your mic, Shad.
Crispy 32 degrees, fellas. What's going on, yo?
What up?
I like to clap it up and give a salute to the home squad and the beloved. CNG, always good to be here post-game. Bears got the dub on the road, man. Nobody was expecting it, but at the same token, they did what they needed to do to legitimize themselves as a real playoff contending team. Did the win look perfect offensively? Absolutely not. Were the plays that it were head scratchers? Absolutely. Did they lose? Did they beat a team that was on par with them in terms of talent as well as coaching and overall play? Absolutely. So it's one of those litmus test games, I believe, CJ, that when you look through the season schedule and you pinpoint certain games that could potentially tell the story of who you're looking at as far as for the Bears, this is one of those games that they had to lean into their identity. So for me, Craig, salute to you, brother. Ben Johnson understood the assignment this week. Last week, I was really hung on them taking advantage of the passing game when they were at home. The quarterback didn't live up to that. However, understanding what you saw on tape and understanding and respecting the defensive coordinator on the other sideline or up in the booth, Vic Fangio, he decided to say 47 runs, 281 yards on the ground, biscuits and gravy. It's real simple for me. It's real simple for me. We can stop glossing over shit like it's sweet. This is a team that's based on two things: taking away the ball and running the ball. It's something that we're familiar with in this city. So we should not shy away from what a true identity to winning football is. And if you want my true 100 honest opinion, it don't matter about quarterback development for the rest of the season, fellas. Right now, we talking football of playoff nature.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback development takes a step back, moving forward. So the repercussions of Caleb not progressively getting better will not be judged in terms of his development. It will be a hindrance in terms of the Bears being a playoff team with the best record possible going into the playoffs. So for me, I'm not going to look at the fact that he had 17 completions again on 36 passes on the road. A lot of that I don't necessarily agree with in terms of how they attack this this defensive secondary. But you give credit to the defense on the other side of the ball. For me, the turnovers were the most scariest thing of this game, y'all. When you make mistakes on the road, you get beat. Now, this is a circumstance where you caught Nick Sirianni and his offense that have been struggling for 4 weeks straight, and it carried over from the Cowboys game, and you were right on the money. Last week, pulled a little bit of their hamstring in terms of their psyche. So when you saw them come into this game, they were not playing with the championship DNA we were used to. Giving the Bears an opportunity to steal a victory on the road, which is what happened. So I can't say nothing other than salute to the big uglies and to the running game, as well as the head coaching that understood the assignment against Vic Fangio. Don't get cute, get nasty.
Yeah. And I agree. Don't get cute, get nasty, man. It's coming down to winning football, and like you said, Sean, it's coming down to we just got to win games, man. The development of the quarterback, I don't know if it's going to take a back seat, but I think Caleb's going to learn a lot. If like I said, man, if he can get bro, I don't want to dog on Caleb a lot, man, because we got a whole show to do. But bro, you can't play the way he's been playing and expect to be a legit Super Bowl contender to win Super Bowl. You know, it's a certain level that you got to be better at to contend for Super Bowls, NFC championships, regular season games, division games, and we've all seen Caleb not look too good in a lot of areas, man. Just to be a complete quarterback, it is what it is, bro. It really is. Like Alan, if he gets in here, he said we stuck in the loop. And I've been telling people since before training camp, I said we have to see our quarterback stat completions. How many times have we seen Caleb go 8 for 11, 8 for 12, 10 for 15, 11 for 17? We hardly see it, bro, and it's going on year 3. So it's concerning for me. But we got a couple of comments, man. We got Soback Sport. What up? What's going on, Amber? He said, "Sup, fellas, bear down." What's going on, bro? He said, "I was literally blasting champions in the car back." Oh my God, bro. Great minds think alike, bro. Good win. Man, that offensive line took a massive step today. They were fucking moving people. Dude, the offensive line can't get enough credit, bro. You have things, Shad, you can take it on a road game in a hostile environment, Shad. And you say, you know what? Beat them, motherfucker. Look, beat them. Beat Sonny all game. Beat Diamond all game. Beat Donnell Wright all game. Whoop these Johnny, whoop my guys, bro. That's something you really can hang your hat on in a playoff scenario. You know what I mean, Shad?
Running game travels. In the history of football, the run game travels. When you have buy-in and you have a head coach that understands the importance of that, you spearhead your offense even when times are troubled. The Bears have been trying to put together their offensive pass game for 12 weeks.
Yeah. Until
this point, you haven't seen them successfully have a full 4-quarter game in terms of passing that you would be satisfied with. So with that being the case, you got to look at what's in front of you. The investment made in the offseason tells you all you need to know.
That's facts.
When it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, even situational football, You go behind your investments. Joe Tooney, $14 million. Dalman, $15 million. Jonah Jackson, $15 million. Run
What up, Alex?
behind the hogs. Italian beef dip, extra greasy. It's got to be that way. When you talk about Monangai and Swift both getting over 100 yards on the ground, both of them having over 18 carries. I told Coach Allen last week, that's your identity. Because what that does, it embraces the pass game being all play action when you talk about big shots. That's where you start to feel and see and sense if Caleb's progressing, because the reads will be way more easier, y'all.
Right.
When teams have to defend the run, they have to defend it. So that means you got to bring bodies up, which opens up passing lanes and opportunities for your ball catchers. I thought the tight ends would have a bigger game today. Looking at the targets overall from Komet, Komet had 3 targets. Lovin had 6 targets. That's 9 targets total. It hasn't been a game all season where they were the number 2 targeted option for Caleb Williams. So that was a point of emphasis coming into the game for Ben Johnson. Understanding that, hey, this might be a little bit different than what we normally cooked up, but we make these slight changes, it's going to benefit the offense. Didn't get the production in terms of completion, but I'll take
injury to talk about, and that's Billings left the finish the game. So we'll see where he's at next week.
Y'all got to turn your mics up. I'm going to turn this off.
Just really proud of everybody involved. You know, short week.
I got to turn my mic up.
Yet, as a team, and I thought the coaching staff did a great job putting a sound plan together. We knew it was going to be a race trying to get everything in, and kind of harping on the guys that the details were going to be the difference here this week. And the team that made the least number of mistakes was probably going to win this game. So fortunately for us, we felt like that fell in our favor. You know, really excited about a number of performances here. Can't say enough about that running game. I don't think we win that game if we're not able to run the ball like we were. You know, both the backs over 100 yards was just outstanding. You could feel decisiveness. You could feel them hitting it downhill. They turned on the gas and we're lowering their shoulders too. So that was so good to see, but it doesn't happen without that offensive line. You can't say enough about Ozzie and Joe and Drew Dahlman and Jonah and then Darnell. I mean, those guys, they were huge for us. And so really proud of them, really proud of the tight ends, the receivers. You know, it's a frustrating game if you're a pass catcher, because those conditions were challenging for us to get some consistency going there. And yet they still were a big part of what we were doing there in the run game, and they knew that going into it. So that was huge to see. Defensively, I thought our guys just played their tails off for all 60 minutes. And, you know, we kind of harped on the importance of getting into these third down situations. And I think we created a number of those. And if my numbers are right, I think we were 4 for 12 in third down. So that was really good to see there by our defense. A couple turnovers were enormous. KB with another interception off a quarterback that really doesn't throw interceptions. And then Shawnee's fumble was, I think that was one of the turning points in the game right there. They're in scoring range and, you know, high percentage play for them. And yet he was able to get the ball away from them. So these guys should feel pretty good about what they just did. You know, it's hard to go on the road and beat a good team like that. And yet I think they still know we have got to get back to work next week, you know? And so we're very pleased with where we're at. We'll be able to enjoy it for a couple days, and then we'll be right back to work and on to the next one, because that's where we're at in the season. But really happy with how this one went today.
Ben, what message do you think this sends about your team?
I think it's the same message we've been sending every week, that we're just going to compete our tails off for 60 minutes. I think that's what I know about our group. They got a lot of belief in what we're doing. They got a lot of belief in themselves. They got a lot of belief, I think, in this coaching staff. And so that confidence just starts to develop and continue to bubble over. So I think we've got a really confident group right now, and we're excited for these next 5 games.
What about their ability to kind of stay in the moment, just not day-to-day, game-to-game? I know it's a big thing for you, but like, what kind of have you observed about their ability to do that? Yeah, no, I think that's once again, that's a credit to the coaching staff, just trying to keep the main thing. I think it's a credit to our leadership too. You know, I got guys like
Grady Jarrett and Byard on defense, and I know Joe Tooney. Like, these guys, they all know what good football looks like, and they know the consistency that it takes to continue to win in this league. And so it's easy for those young guys to come to work it every day and just look at how these old heads are going about their business, and you just kind of fall in line. And so it's the same thing. There's no secret,
boys old
there are no
heads.
shortcuts. We got to go out next week and put in the same amount of work that we've been doing, and we got to continue to get better. We're still not at what we're capable of being yet as an entire team. And so we're going to continue to strive to put that full 60 minutes of 3 phases of complete football together. But these guys continue to get better each and every week, and I'm really proud of them.
You mentioned the conditions weren't ideal for the pass game. How do you think Caleb fared?
Yeah, off the cuff, it felt like the wind got the better of us on a couple throws. He made some huge ones down the stretch there. That throw to Cole was enormous. It's he's rolling out to his left to be able to throw a dime like that at that point in the game. I thought that was really big for us, and so it's
lying through his teeth.
Struggle there. You're trying to not become just solely run oriented, because then the
solely run. Look.
Adjust too, so you want to keep that element of a pass threat over the course of the game, and I was hoping we'd hit a couple more just to loosen them up a little bit more and keep that run game going. So overall, though, I thought he did a good job just keeping the operation going. That was something that we were really harping on this week, was just making sure we've been in and out of the huddle clean.
You called that pass for Cole for touchdown. Were you thinking, you're sitting there going, all right, we have a chance for a dagger here if we can, if we do it right?
Well, that's one that just presented itself. Swifty's actually the number 1 read on that, and as Caleb's pulling on out, you can feel the safeties dipping down low, and so I think he felt that, he saw it, and he delivered a good ball and made him pay. So that was good.
What's it like for you as a play caller?
Lying through his teeth, man.
The way Kyle and Swifty were running, and the way
but protect your quarterback, Ben. I like it though. I would do the same thing. But in private, I'm cussing his ass out.
Just be able to get in a rhythm and kind of go to a lot of different kinds of runs.
Yeah, I think we had a good amount of volume for such a short week in terms of the run game. The number of formations and concepts that we had up, our guys handled it really well going into the week. Like I said, it's that balancing act, because if you hang with something a little bit too long, then all of a sudden you're looking at a 3rd and long and wondering why the drive stalled. And so I look down and I see 36 attempts. I'm like, well, shoot, I probably threw it. I called too many pass plays this game, and especially with how we're running it. And so that's an area that I can be better.
Great accountability, Ben. Great accountability, bro.
I think right after Shawnee put the ball away, what was kind of that? What did that kind of play and then that drive just kind of mean for the whole team? You said the right fumble's obviously a turning point, but then to just answer the way you guys did.
Yeah, no, I mean, we always talk about, getting that first down and not necessarily thinking it's going to be an explosive run like that, but that was a huge one in that moment, because we were still, on our side of the field pretty backed up, and that got it to midfield and really ignited us as a whole team. And so that was great to see. And I think he played his tail off. So did Swift. And I can't say enough good things about our offensive line here today.
When Shawnee went and ripped the ball out on the tush push, was that something you guys had seen during the course of the week, that might be a vulnerable spot? Yeah. I mean, there's we certainly wanted to be sound in how we were defending that play and the compliments off that play, and we were hopeful to have opportunities to get the ball there.
Full 3rd down defense, I know we talked about a lot this season, but to be able to watch DA use Jalen and Kyler and CJ all time together, I mean, how much of an impact do you think that had to have all those guys at your disposal today, especially on 3rd down? Yeah,
no, I thought it was huge. They 3rd down was when they were all out there together for sure, and then other times we're kind of platooning those guys. But it was just great to get their feet wet. I'll be curious to see what that tape looks like. I mean, there's a couple good receivers for Philly out there on the field, so I can't wait to see how tight that coverage was. And it's good to. I think it'll be a good stepping stone for us to build upon going forward here.
Your decision on 4th and 5 to go for it, or did you know on 3rd down that was going to happen?
Which one?
The one to Loveland.
The Loveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, where we were on that field, I didn't feel great going that direction, kicking it, and I just. Yeah, it's a gut feel sometimes on those things and how comfortable I am with the play call. So I felt pretty good in that circumstance. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, get out of here, Ben, so we can keep talking our shit, bro. Get out of here, Ben. Get out of here, man. Let us have our show back, man. Yeah.
I'd like to ask him a question, G. How do
Go
you
ahead.
go in the first quarter from scoring on your second possession, 12 play, 78-yard drive for about 5 minutes in a quarter, right? First quarter. Then you proceed to go 6 offensive possessions in a row without a touchdown. That speaks to what the fuck is the problem for me. You came out the gate and turnover and downs on your first possession. Then you came and followed up with a touchdown. But this points directly to what you're saying, G. Your quarterback's inconsistency is why we can't string touchdown drives together, CJ. From the first quarter to the fourth quarter, nothing in the second and third. You got field goals. At the end of the half, you didn't convert on anything to get any points. So you literally wasted 6 possessions for touchdown opportunities against a defense that was struggling or being put in bad circumstances because you credited the defense for giving you good field position. So you're telling me on 6 drives, Ben Johnson, that your quarterback played good enough for you? This is where I can't stand. This is the corny shit that makes our fan base a laughing stock sometimes, bro, because we have people that push these soft-ass narratives as opposed to just calling it what it is and moving on. He played like doo-doo again. He needs to be better, and we hope to have a more improved quarterback. And let him talk for himself. Like, first glance at the game, I think he did well. We handed the ball off and we lined up correctly. That's 15. The measuring stick for him performing well, lining up appropriately. Look, bro, I told you, I ain't leaning on my standard. Shorty got to be a top 15 quarterback before the end of this fucking season, and we got 17 weeks, CJ. Can you please tell me how you feel about 6, and this is consistently, in between the second and third quarters when they're not getting points, not since the Bengals game. Can you tell me what's wrong?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea why Caleb cannot connect with his receivers on a consistent basis. Every time the Bears kick a field goal, I cringe. Every time I cringe.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. And I'm like, you can't keep kicking field goals against Philadelphia. They're going to score points. They're going to score points. They're going to figure it out. So Caleb is going to have to, he's going to have to, I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he need to go meditate, go take some yoga, go woosah somewhere or do something. Go sit in the cave for a year, do something. Because the passing game ain't it. Not for the Bears.
Hey, G.
Yeah, we seen a couple plays to close to lovely. Yeah, that's good. But I'm talking about the plays down the field. I'm talking about stretching the football down the field, especially when the running game was looking the way it was looking.
See, I think the thing is, like, Ben kind of alluded to it, like, we got to be better. He said it. He was like, we can't just keep running the ball because, like I've been telling people for the longest time, you have to develop a quarterback during the game. So when you see Caleb out here missing throws and he's missing, like, even though he might, like I say, when Ben throws it on a 2nd and 1 and he go for like an out route or something for 8 yards and Caleb misses, that's development. He's just trying to get his quarterback going. Like, we all know he should run it right there. But if it's a short yardage situation, I like when Ben does give Caleb a shot to throw it for a first down because you got to develop him during the game. Every time he gives Caleb a shot to develop his game with his wide receivers, he's inconsistent on the passes, bro. He just keeps doing it over and over and over again. Like, it's a serious problem, dude, because you can't hide your quarterback. And that's what I like about Ben Johnson. You can't hide your quarterback. He can't hide you no more, bro. Ben Johnson understands that my system's my system, my running backs are good. He knows what's going on. At some point, he can't hide Caleb. He can't hide Caleb inaccuracies, man. He cannot hide that shit. You're number 1 overall pick, bro. How much more of my scheme are you going to – it's not the scheme, it's the player, man. And it's just unfortunate that Caleb has these terrible inaccuracies, man. It's just embarrassing to watch. Like I said before, I thought this season with Caleb, he would be playing like side of relief football. Like, man, I got Rome, I got Luther, I got Cole, I got Ben. That alone, I thought that would make Caleb just play better and more efficient with the more things, the offensive line. Like, you would think that'll make him calm the fuck down. He doesn't calm down.
G.
I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna let you get it, but I don't know if that's just a personality issue. Like I said, weeks and weeks before, This is a personality thing, bro.
It is.
It's a personality. But go ahead, Shaw.
No, there you go. I wanted you to say that. There you go. It gotta be, bro. Because remember the conversation, one of the first conversations that we had about this team when we was kind of setting what we, not necessarily record wise, but how talented we thought this team was to begin the season, right? We went position by position. You say the Bears probably got the best receiving core in the division.
Right.
And see, now you adding Ben Johnson, so I think people gave credit to the Bears receiving core because you was bringing in a better signal caller. So you like, okay, if the O-line do hold up, he don't get sacked 68 times. That shit might be nice.
Check it off. Right, check it off.
He's averaging 34 passes a game. He is completing less than 55% of his throws. There are 22 quarterbacks that complete more passes based on those numbers. He can't be in that tier. You can't be in the bottom third of the league in completions when you got Rome and you got DJ that's playing every week. Combined this week, 4 catches and 25 yards.
Wow.
How? CJ. How? Now, don't get me wrong, Vic Fangio ain't no dummy. But I'll be damned if with Ben Johnson is your play caller, that those two guys can't get more than 25 yards combined. That's what I'm talking about, the missed yards between the second and third quarters. That's when you ride your big time players. They did it on the run game. They ran in between the tackles on the run game, and this is against the Eagles' best players with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. That's 390 pounds of Italian beef in the middle of their defensive line, and they ran right at it all game. So you gonna tell me with their second and third string defensive backs, you're not gonna go down the field at them? That's a quarterback thing. Dude don't want to turn the ball over, and he wants to look like, hey, if we lose, you can't pinpoint this mistake or this mistake. You get what I'm saying? It can't be how it looks, Caleb. It has to be based on the circumstance. You doing what's expected of you on the plays, bro. If you gotta chuck that bitch deep, you got to chuck that bitch deep, CJ. You do. And then I think the more times that he does it, like to your point, G, it becomes a creature of habit.
Yeah.
Once you start connecting on a few, you start getting that rhythm and that groove and that muscle memory. You can practice it, but when you're in the sidelines from a live game and it's millions watching you, and you snap the ball and you know you got to go to 15, and then you pause. He's been doing it too long, man. And then your coach publicly has not blamed you for anything. Once again, he gave him a pass, bro. How many passes is your coach gonna give? What you say? How tolerant is he, G?
Right, how tolerant? That's
gotta be frustrating at this point, bro.
Yeah, I think, like I say, Ben don't come off a person that's, you know, he got to be a professional, man. It's coming down to the point to where it's enough data. You know, if I'm Ben Johnson, I think we got a lot of similar ways as far as how we gather information. It's at some point, the information is the information. The ability is the ability. The IQ is the IQ. Like the mechanic, like, bro, like he can't, only thing a play caller can do is scheme and make the best situation for you and give you weapons. He gave you an O-line, bro. He gave you a running game, a 7th round beast. DeAndre Swift can still be explosive when he need to be. He gave you the tight ends, bro. They giving Caleb every single thing to be a better quarterback, bro. And if I'm a man of patience, it runs out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Caleb can't get better, but I think that what you're saying is valid. Like, you can't be scared to chuck the ball, bro. You can't be scared to make mistakes because you are making mistakes by not doing your job anyway. So just play balls to the wall. Football, bro, you have literally nothing to lose right now, Caleb. You have nothing to lose in every single thing in the fucking game. Like, you playing passive for what? And then you inaccurate with the football. Don't make sense. We got Craig, and I got a question for you, 3, with how good our defense played today, including the cornerbacks. Will Burnt Toast Stevens see the field as a starter when he comes back? In my opinion, I don't think he deserves to start when he comes back. CJ Shaw, what's y'all thoughts on that? That's a good question. I think he don't. I don't think
on that.
I don't think you lose your spot to injury, but go ahead, see.
No, you definitely don't use your spot to injury, and we can say, yeah, he may not deserve it because we see Deshaun Wright playing a certain way. We see him creating turnovers. and we want Stevenson to do the same thing. But the Bears got so many different type of weapons on defense. You got guys that can do different things on defense. So I don't think Deshaun Stevenson gonna lose his spot. I'm sorry, not Deshaun Stevenson. Tyree Stevenson gonna lose his spot. Not just because he's out for an injury. So when he comes back, he probably will go back to being a starter.
What you think, Shot?
I want to salute Craig for a great ass question. Secondly, it's probably the most important question because when you look at who they're about to play,
there go your boy. Hold on.
It's gonna be. Hold on. If we got 18, I'm gonna pause for the calls. And I see a Rex Grossman question too.
Let's get it rolling.
Did you guys make a statement just now?
I think every single game that we want to play and that we play, it is to make a statement, and that's just another game for us. Focus on being 1-0 each week, and we keep doing that. We keep focusing on what's inside, the noise inside of the building. Honestly, it doesn't. The statements and all of that, is more of the outside noise, more of kind of stuff for y'all to kind of talk about, and the analysts.
He put it on the media. Y'all. Man, let me turn my camera on.
We'll keep focusing on find ways to win games, but also find ways to better ourselves so we can be where we want to be.
Beating the defending Super Bowl champion at their place. And
no, he didn't start off with the media shot.
Important,
it's a division game or NFC game, and so. It is very important to us because we understand, what it is and what it means for us. But going into the game, you don't put that type of energy, you don't put that type of pressure, you don't put that type of focus or comparisons or anything like that. You focus on being 1-0, you focus on winning the game, and however it looks, however it feels, however just focus on coming out with the win. That's the most important thing.
What did you see on that touchdown pass? How tough was it to put a touch on the ball
with the win? Yeah. That's the fun part about playing QB. It's dealing with conditions and then finding ways to kind of calculate where you need to put the ball and how much air, especially when you have such weird gust that we had today. It would be kind of no wind and then random point to be super heavy gust, and so Cole ran a great route and they ended up dropping them and just kind of saw him flash. It's not the play we haven't really practiced too much, especially this week with short week and all of that. So it was something that we trusted, something we believe in ourselves as a team, as an offense, and as players. And Cole ran a great route, like I said. They kind of dropped him, saw a defender trying to catch up to him, just wanted to lay it out there, let the wind kind of push it back to him, and Cole made a great catch.
Were you looking at him the whole way, or were you about to consider a check down?
I was about to consider the check down, and I looked up because I had space and time. There was a defender starting to chase Swift, and so I ended up looking up and peeked up, saw Cole, and like I said, gave him a good ball, and let him go make a play.
And did Ben take his shirt off?
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people. Let's say that. Yeah.
How important was this run game to this success today? And did that even surprise you?
No, it's not a surprise. We got elite backs. We have an elite offensive line, and we have a elite wide receiver group that is willing to go put themselves out there and block for the betterment of the team. Even on a day where maybe we're not going to throw as much, or the conditions are affecting it a little bit, affecting the pass game and things like that. And so their willingness, especially with who they are, the type of receivers they are, where they've been drafted, and how special they are, their willingness to go out there and block. It's tremendous. It's awesome to watch. It's awesome to see from my point of view, but also I can't wait to go watch it on film and kind of get excited about it, because that's the sacrifice we need. That's the sacrifice that we want every single week from everybody on the field. And so them being able to do that is tremendous for us.
Did you hear the stat that the last time the Bears had 200 yards rushing?
Yeah, 1985. That's a cool stat, right? And so having that, I know it provides a lot of confidence within the coaching. I know it provides a lot of confidence in the O-line and running backs, especially that, they can put the game on their back. They can do everything, that we need to win for us. And when it comes time for us to pass, whatever the case may be, we can do it. And, we did that today. But, when it came down to it, we put the ball in the running back's hands, and they were electric for us.
You mentioned from your perspective, what is it like when you hand the ball off and you look and turn around and
you
you
see
look
a crease?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun. I don't know if y'all ever kind of see me back there, but when I see a crease, I start getting really excited. I start jumping around like a little kid. And so, I'm excited, for those guys. Those are my brothers. And I get up, like I've said before, I get up every single day to go out here and work my hardest so that these guys can succeed. And, I'm going to keep doing that because it's supremely fun to, see smiles on those guys' faces after games, but also during games when, they're being explosive. O-line, doing a hell of a job. Wide receivers blocking well, and the running backs are having these big explosive plays. So, we're going to keep chugging along, and we're going to keep winning these games.
Did you get the sense that their defense was getting demoralized, especially when they were opening up those big gaps?
Yeah, I think anytime you start, you start having explosive plays, and especially explosive plays through the run game, you start tiring out defenses. You go in wide zone, you go keepers, you start misdirections, all these different things, and mental, their mental, I would say, gets tired. That's what you typically see, but also physically you get tired. And so, that's kudos to our head coach and our offensive staff, and then also, like I said, the players.
On the fourth down pass to Colston.
Going that way. Yeah. He was one-on-one, safety rotated down, and they're a match team. And so he ended up basically being one-on-one, and just tried to give him a good ball. He ran a great route. Defender fell down, and those are moments, key moments where you got to give your guy a shot. And he ran a great route, and it was an easy completion.
It seemed like a couple of your receivers had trouble with the footing earlier. Was there any part of you at the moment that went, "Oh, one of their guys fell down"?
Yeah, those are always when I actually started to throw the ball. I made sure I threw because he ended up getting a little bit closer to the sideline, so I threw a little bit back inside once I noticed. Kind of mid throw, started my throw, and just wanted to keep him in bounds and make sure it was a sure catch inbounds for us to in a big moment.
And emphasize that it's you guys still have not played your best.
Yeah, no.
How are you feeling right now? It seems like nobody's as excited as you are. Maybe the stat line isn't what you love, but I know you care about the win con. So how do you put in perspective the idea of the best is still to come?
Yeah, I come in every single week, and we work our tail off as a group. And
I know, right, Craig? Answer the right questions because it couldn't be us.
Maximize every single thing. That's why I get frustrated. That's why my frustration comes about because I have such a talented group, whether it's the whole team really, special teams, defense. But speaking on offense, we have such a talented group and special group, and we got guys that really care, and so we can do something special for Chicago. And the frustration comes in just because you want to maximize, you don't want to waste time, you don't want to waste a year or anything like that. And that's why we get up that's why I get up every day. And so we haven't hit our pinnacle yet in the sense of a team and execution on offense, and we're still winning these games, and so that's really important, and that's why I'm extremely excited. But you go watch the film and you see all these explosive plays, or you see all these small details that show up that are awesome to learn from after the game. But in the moment, you want to hit those, you want to have these moments and just hit on all cylinders. So that's coming, and we're going to show our best ball here soon.
Do you feel like you're going to wake up tomorrow and the whole world's going to have a whole new opinion, a whole new level of expectations for the Bears?
Probably they'll probably say whatever they have to say, and but that really doesn't faze us. That really doesn't really deal with us. We have no expectation other than to go in, work hard, give our best effort on Sundays, and every once in a while Friday maybe. But give our best effort and try and come out victorious. Other than that, the outside noise, everybody's expectations, everybody's thoughts, everybody, we could care less. Yep. Yeah, that was right after I threw my interception, right? And we got the Nashawn fumble. Yeah. Tremendous job by the defense to start there. When you have such a momentum swing and you give them, such great field position, like I did, throwing that interception, it's kudos to them first. And then, having that momentum swing back in our favor, and then having a big explosive play is really important. It shows who we are as a team. It shows, the adversity and how we fight through and how we show up for each other. And so it was huge for us. Yeah, that's who we've been. We started off 0-2, and there was a lot of noise. We go on this streak of winning, a lot of noise, and so we understand where we are. We understand who we are. We understand where we're going to be as a team, and you focus on that. You focus on the betterment of the team as a group, and you come out with these wins week to week, and you don't let the noise, the outside noise, the negative moments, shine too bright within us and within our group. And it's a
you send it to him, shot
thing that we've been able to do this year, and something we got to keep doing. Awesome. The Bears.
Okay.
You can send it to him, man. I don't care. Man, yeah, I don't know what to say, man.
Fuck that. Fuck that, G. He can't be doing that, man. Can't be doing that, man.
So you get excited because your defense is keeping you in games.
What?
I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it.
You're excited. You're happy. Everything's okay. Media. I don't want the media. You come out the gate.
Yeah, he come out the gate with the media, bro. Like, what?
What?
What did it like? What? And that's man.
That's the biggest cop out.
That was crazy. I didn't look, Caleb. Look, man.
Come on.
I think he feels the pressure. He's not good under pressure, bro. He's not good under pressure scenes. He's very defensive. He looks to try to cover his tracks. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Bella saying Rex Grossman has all the skills but wasn't accurate. Kyle Orton had all the skills except for he couldn't throw more than 15 yards. She says Jay Cutler had all the skills except for he had personality and mental issues, bipolar disorder. Caleb Williams, just another Bears quarterback. He's got all the skills, but his accuracy is an issue. Meet the new quarterback, the same old quarterback. Damn. That's tough. That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. Jesus.
Not a lot was said, by the way. Salute. Was that Bella? Who was that, Bella? Okay.
Yeah.
Salute, Bella. Miss Wilson. When you look at the most talked about or the most either hated quarterbacks that have played that spot, that's Cutler, Trubisky, Fields, Grossman, Orton. It's looking like he about to get put in there, bro. It ain't early for me to say that either because
no, it ain't early, man. It ain't early. It ain't early. I don't think it's too early for people that really watch football and know how to analyze personality, football ability, IQ, situational awareness. People have been watching football and Bears quarterbacks for a very long time. You would know it's something different. You would know it'll be the proof of being the pudding from his passing, from his situational awareness, from his IQ. We will all be raving about that. But week in and week out, it's very questionable. It's just very questionable. And what he puts on the field, he leaves a lot to be desired, Sean, like a lot. And he get up here on the not on the podcast, but he get up here on the podium, and the first thing he says is talking about the media. See, that's your fucking problem right there. That's your problem right there. You worried about the outside noise. You talk about the outside noise don't bother us, but that's the first thing you bring up. That's the first thing you brought up, Caleb. You brought up the media. Nobody brought up the media, bro, but you. It is going to be quoted, and people are going to fucking see that. Going in tomorrow, 670, whoever, they're gonna be like, why did he bring that up nobody even spoke about that? It's on him. So he's understanding more than anything, Shad, and see that they're winning in spite of him. And I think that pisses him off. But if that's gonna piss you off, Caleb, you have to be better and be a part of the winning, bro.
Bro.
Well, you got to be a part of it. Not saying you got to come out here and throw 340 passing yards, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And nobody even saying that, bro. The fact that you can't make easy throws consistently, 6 out of 7 throws, 5 out of 8 throws, dude, that is a you thing and not a media thing. It's just, it is. It has nothing to do with anybody in the media. Because when you point one finger at everybody else, what they say, Shad? 10 fingers come back pointed at you, correct? Come back to you, bro. And you leaving a lot of people as fans or media, whoever, bro, watching this team win week in and week out and week in and week out, and they looking at the stat sheet. What did Caleb do? You know what I'm saying? He had 3 touchdowns last week, right? 3 touchdowns last week. This week he has 1 touchdown and an interception. He doesn't stack performances week in and week out. He's like, he doesn't keep the momentum going for himself to keep it going, bro. And this is annoying. We got Brian. What up, Brian? Said, bring on the cheese heads. Yes, sir. Bet down, fam. We got Bella saying she agree. Yeah, I mean, Caleb just got to be better. But she said she want to talk about the defense. Bella want to talk about the defense. Let me see what I can bring up her comment. Let me see what she got. Yeah, she said, you know, we talk about Ben Johnson all the time. Can we get some love to Coach Allen? The dude is working miracles with the practice squad and shit. Look, Dennis Allen continues to be probably the second best hire on the Chicago Bears staff, Shad and CJ. Outside of Ben Johnson, this man right here is pretty much making this defense survive with butter and toast, man. This defense was made of plastic fence and textile. Like, it was terrible. But he keeps bringing his team together, man, and they haven't gave up anything. Is your boy Emmanuel coming, Shad?
I sent them out the message. We'll see, man.
All right, cool.
I haven't got word, though. But you did on with DA, though.
Huh?
I said you did on the money with DA, man.
Yeah, yeah, man.
He's proven that even though he wasn't a successful head coach, that doesn't take away the fact that you can coordinate a defense. And allowing Ben Johnson to focus more on the offense, specifically because this is his first year as a head coach, that's been something that's been undersold all year, where he don't have to really worry about the defense week in and week out like he does, or have to focus on the offense, which really makes you scratch your head on why the quarterback's struggling with accuracy. But that's another conversation and another day. The defense, to me, man, I think when she was talking about it, this was actually just a reference for this game. 3 of their top 4 tacklers were defensive backs. We talked about them possibly playing more nickel, more dime this week, and you saw it. Keeping your defensive backs on the field, those are your playmakers. So at this point, the guys that are going to benefit getting more snaps than if you were playing like a 3rd or 4th string linebacker. That just is what it is.
Right.
So he's been adaptable week in and week out. And even though they're the 5th, 6th most expensive defense in the league, you're not getting the actual production in terms of big sacks, amount of points allowed, but you're getting other things that's influencing the game, that's contributing to win, CJ. You know what I'm saying? So you got to feel good about the performance that the defense has had when they've had to have stops in games that have been close. They've gotten them, or they've generated turnovers. So you got to give all the credit to Dennis Allen, bro. And I've given salute to Al Harris a couple of weeks ago.
You did, yeah.
You know, looking at their staff, like they've coached this team up to maximize whatever the fuck it is. And right now, defensively, they're surprising the whole league, because I don't think anybody could expect them to generate the amount of turnovers that they had at the start of the year, bro.
Because we had all of 24 last year, bro. We got 25 in just this year alone, bro. And we still got, I don't know how many games left. This defense is playing at an elite level without a pass rush. Is insane. He said, the comment said they don't need a passing game with the running game off the chain. Bro, we do need a passing game. We still need a passing game, Brian. What are you talking about?
See, that's what I'm talking
about. Right there.
That
right there fucks up everything, because it's too many fans out here believing in one thing and overlooking what Caleb is not doing. We need a passing game to move the ball down the field when the Bears get stuck on offense and the running game is not working. Let me ask y'all this question. What the hell do you think Green Bay is gonna do?
Bro.
You know what they're gonna do. Oh, we gotta shut that run. We're gonna shut the run game down. We gotta shut that run game down. And then Caleb gotta be forced to pass. And I guarantee you will not say the same thing against Green Bay.
Yeah.
frightened about that, CJ. I'm absolutely frightened. When people were talking about this is a playoff team, they undersold. They ain't nobody valuing them. Caleb having a great year. Ben Johnson clicking. His defense taking away the ball every week. Hold on, bro. We got another one against the Lions. We got 2 more against Green Bay. We still got to see San Francisco. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Because to me, it's like the season don't really gauge until you play the boys up north. What they've been doing last 3-4 weeks has been syrup in the bucket because they just got back their best wide receiver, in my opinion. And Jaden Reed allowed all that shit to click this week. That's why they got the upset and smacked somebody up for 4 tutties. So for me, them going into their crib next week finna be the toughest game of the season. Ben Johnson at the beginning of the season says, I love beating Green Bay. I love having the number on Mr. LaFleur. So guess what? That's what next week's about. Who's the better coach? Caleb gets a week off from me. I promise you he gets a week off from me. I don't give a shit if he gets 5 tutties or 0 yards. He gets a week off from me. Because it's about Ben Johnson next week establishing himself to be the best coach in this division. Because that's what we've been talking about him like up until this point, correct?
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken. I mean, he even get notoriety in terms of national coverage for being coach of the year possibly. So for me, CJ, I'm going to ask your opinion. The next 3 weeks, you could add Cleveland in there, but Ben Johnson has to be the difference in terms of why we beat Green Bay either on the road or at home. And for me, you got to win at home game. So to me, next week, I don't necessarily feel good about it.
Hold on, we got a couple of comments. Brian, are you smoking crack this day, bro? Put the weed down, bro. This man said stop. Caleb controls the game without making turnovers. Bro, this is a crazy take right here, man. This is a crazy ass take, bro. And then we got Bella with the response to that saying, so look, in 2005, we went to a Super Bowl on the back of Thomas Jones and a great defense. And the theory was that we didn't need a passing game. And we had a running game until Thomas Jones got hurt in the Super Bowl and we lost because we didn't have a passing game. We need a passing game. Comment of the night right here. We need a passing game, bro. They're grooming Caleb to be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, bro. You don't take the number 1 overall pick. You don't hire Ben Johnson. You don't hire Al Harris. You don't hire Dennis Allen. You don't do all these moves out Super Bowl aspirations, bro. You just don't do that. That's what they said about the Eagles. You can't run on them. All right, man. All right, bro. None of them teams on our schedule are playing well, period. The Packers don't scare me, though. Green Bay looks really good. I would be more afraid of them when I was Philadelphia. Green Bay is going to be a real slob knocker. I don't know if we can win it. I was more concerned about losing to the Eagles tonight. But the only reason why I picked us to beat the Eagles because they came off one of the worst losses they had this season against their divisional rivals on a short week. And we had the momentum playing against the Steelers, and we won that game. I don't think if everything was going to open up, we would have beat the Eagles today. But that's why you have to play all the games because there's shit happening in the season. The other teams are getting beat and losing bad games. You come in with the momentum and win. I think that carried over with us in a positive manner against the Steelers, and it helped us win this game today. I think it really did. And I think the chess match between Ben Johnson and Nick Sirianni and his Caleb Williams and Jalen Hurts was damn near the same quarterback today. I think the game that Sirianni was trying to play, that slow game, slow the ball down, that's Ben Johnson all day. You played right into his hands. He want to run the ball too. He want to slow the ball down too. So we add all that up. I thought we would win this game with all the stuff I just said, and we did. But we won against Green Bay. I'm gonna take.
Hold on, G. Let me respond to this comment that Brian put up here.
Which one?
We never said Caleb was trash. We are saying what we seen in these games from Caleb. If you're not seeing the same thing we're seeing, that ain't our fault. We seeing Caleb not executing in the passing game. That's all we're saying. Now, if you want to call that trash, you can call it trash, but I never call Caleb trash.
Oh, that's it now. Y'all act like Caleb is trash. Oh, I see it. Oh.
I can only say, CJ, well put, brother. Because to me, and I love this context because this is what I was referring to earlier. when we've been looking through the quarterback eyes or goggles in this city at that position for so long, so jaded, that sometimes we don't have the real conversations when we need to have them to determine if we right or wrong. We all want to be wrong if it's not the optimal outlook, right?
Right.
Like him being drafted #1 overall in a quarterback-friendly draft should speak more favorably early in his career than it has. That's not a knock. That's a point of reference that you can point to in history. Luck, Manning, Breeze, Rivers, first, second picks, throwing for 4,000 yards right out the giggity. The one negative was that they turned the ball over. He got credit for not doing that. And also couple that with 68 sacks. People are underselling the context of last year. Bad habits don't just change. I've made a list on 670 to score to your boy David Hart, who's probably one of the most iffy people when you talk about Caleb Williams being in perspective.
Absolutely, yeah.
To me, I pointed it out and said this. How can we look at it differently when the circumstances are the exact same? I said, have you ever seen a quarterback on that list of being the most sacked rookies ever having a great career? I say point to the guy because the context from what I did my research on, it was Jake Plummer. And if he's Jake Plummer, that's a disappointment, bro. It's a disappointment, bro. You brought in a better play caller, and he's doing his job. We're ranked #1 on offense in terms of scoring, 1 in terms of rushing, with no all-pros in those areas.
Man.
No all-pro quarterback, no all-pro running back. But you lead the league, that's all coaching. So for me, I'm looking at it like I still got questions on my general manager because even though the interior of the offensive line look good, you wasted $40 million on the defensive end and ain't on the field this week. Montez show up 4 games out of 17. Help me understand why this defense is struggling to not blow, to really dominate. Why? Because you spend money in bad spots. I'm going to forget that. The conversation is about the quarterback overcoming that, bro.
Right.
Week in and week out, being the difference of when we struggle in certain areas, him picking it up. We picking him up. When I asked the conversation, is he carrying the offense or is he part of the squad?
Right.
He part of the squad, CJ. That ain't negative, bro. That just means he ain't what people trying to say he is. I'm sorry.
And as far as last year, let's say it's a coach. Let's say it was coaching. I mean, because you could obviously see it because the coaches are putting players in better positions, be better football players out there. So you could say it is coaching, and the fact that the Bears not have offensive line, we know all this.
Right.
So now that Caleb has all that, we expecting him to put it all together in the passing game as the season goes along. That's all we saying. We not acting like he's trash. We not saying that he's trash. We just calling the game as we see it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we do over here at CNG.
That's it. And the information is the information, bro. Brian's been a loyal follower for the CNG podcast on Facebook for a very long time. So it's nice to have him in here and actually talking. But when you step up into the jungle, bro, you know, Lions is in here, man. I'm a Lion. CJ's a Lion. Shad is a Lion. So when it comes to us having banter and back and forth, we're going to stand on our ground, bro, not with just jaded opinions and not just trying to see things for what they're not. That's not what we do, man. That's not what we do at all. You know what I mean? We want to have Shad on the show if I wanted Shad to come in here and just tell me some bullshit. For him just to come in here and just to tell us some bullshit. That's not how this shit work, bro. Caleb Williams needs to be better in the pass game for us to get better and to keep sustained success. We want sustained success. Your quarterback of the future is a very big part of sustained success. That's why most of the time they're called franchise quarterbacks, franchise players, cornerstone players. That's it, bro. And from what we've seen and what we want him to be, Down the road, he has not shown that. He's shown he can scramble. He's shown he can throw a damn watermelon through a keyhole. He's shown he can throw across the middle like a motherfucker, bro. He can do play action. There's like 7 things we've named every single week about the things that Caleb Williams does well or good. But now we're at a point of his development, and we're looking at it as like Ben Johnson already got the culture set, like CJ said. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line was built. The wide receivers were drafted, traded for, whatever the case may be. So when you look in the whole scope of everything around him, and he's not playing up to the level of the things they put around him, yes, he has to be taken. It has to get accountability and criticized for his lack of play based on what the aspirations of this team is supposed to be, which is a Super Bowl contender with sustained success for years to come. You want to pay this motherfucker $70 million and he can't stack completions during the game? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we really talking about, Brian? Like, come on, bro. Sustain drives, bro.
Hey, G.
So, go ahead, Sean.
If I went with that logic, B, even taking in consideration what you're saying,
right?
Let me present how this game would be narrated to you if you didn't watch it from your perspective, and you tell me how fucking funny this sounds. The Chicago Bears today go on the road and defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 24-15, led by Caleb Williams and his 17 completions for 154 yards and 1 touchdown. He really tore shit up. Come on, bro. Let's be honest, man. Why is it so hard to say a critical thing about one guy on this team? Because he played quarterback.
Because he played quarterback, man.
It's sensitive as hell, bro. It got to stop, man. It got to stop, bro. Because, like, you'll never hear that said by elite quarterbacks.
Right.
Normally, the elite quarterbacks headline the team. Peyton Manning in the offense up against blank. You get what I'm saying? Now it's Ben Johnson and the Bears against. That's what we talking about. We got to be honest with that. Just saying.
Yeah, we got Bella said, yes, I've been very happy with that. That being said, his completion percentage is terrible. And that's a result of his continued inaccuracy. I don't know about you, but I want to win a Super Bowl, and we're not going to win with an inaccurate fucking quarterback. Yeah, it's just, it is almost is. You know what? He's talking about they almost had 300 yards rushing. Brian is enjoying Thanksgiving a little bit too much, bro. This man is tripping, man. He's one of my favorite people on our podcast, but Brian is. I think he kind of trolling right now, man. I think he didn't get hype, and he fell into the trap of being on a podcast live with people commenting on it. I think he just fucking around. This man, he know way better than that. But we're gonna move on to the Green Bay game, man. Let's move on, man. We're gonna get our final thoughts of the game. We're going an hour and 15. We were waiting on Shah's co-host for his podcast, Emmanuel, but he hasn't pulled up yet. But like I say, this game against Green Bay, I'm trying to find a tail to where we can win the game. We can pack our offensive line, we can pack our run game, we can pack Ben Johnson managing the game. Those things we can pack. We can pack the defense is going to show up. It's not going to let Jordan Love come out here and just go crazy against us like he did against, I think, who he played recently, the Lions. And we're going to have healthier Jalen Johnson and a healthier Kyler Gordon. And maybe we get one of our linebackers back. Who knows? So I'm putting all of that in my let's go home win. I think the Bears beat the Packers, man, 24-14. I think this game here, if we get into the red zone again, because Caleb, he's starting to have good games, bad games, 3 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. So this might be a game where he come back and he have 3 touchdowns. We're going to be at home. He plays better at home. So I got the Bears winning this game 24-14. What's your thoughts on this game, CJ? And my final thoughts about the game today, the Bears won. The defense stepped up. The run game was solid. The offensive line was solid. Ben Johnson, that game was slow and running the ball, played right into his hands. it's a win. A win is a win, but at the end of the day, my quarterback needs to be way better than what he's playing for us to keep sustained success completely. Like, I don't want 3/4 of the pie of a really good team or elite team. I need that fourth part of the pie and Caleb Williams to be the deciding factor, because quarterbacks don't win games alone, but they can lose you games and they can shut the door on teams. He shut the door about 5 times this year in the fourth quarter. But what he needs to do, he has to play better and connect the first 3 quarters of a damn game. And if he doesn't turn the corner as a franchise potential quarterback looking to get paid, I don't know how much stock Ben Johnson and the rest of the organization is going to put into paying him. What are my final thoughts? CJ, what's your final thoughts? And we just going to finish the shot, bro.
I mean, as far as the Packers game, I think the Bears defense got a real good chance against them if they can stop Josh Jacobs in that run game and make Jordan Love throw that football constantly, because Jordan Love has been known to turn the ball over.
Oh, there you go, right there. Man.
So he's been known to turn the ball over. So if the Bears could just shut down Josh Jacobs, they'll have a good chance. To me,
we got a newcomer coming to the podcast. My guy Manny just pulled up from the Southside podcast, and we're going to get his opinion on the game, what he thought of the game real quick. We're going to get his final thoughts of the game, and we're going to get his thoughts on the Green Bay game. We're going to get up out of here, man. Hold on one second, everybody. What's going on, bro? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the right one. What's going on, Manny?
Hey, what's up, fellas, man? I'm sorry I'm so late, man. I was just pretty much just talking smack to all these haters, man. I'm telling you, we not back. We here. We are here. All right? We beat the champs. Fully loaded.
Fully loaded.
PTA. Can't mess with us. Can't mess. Stop, won't stop. That's what we do.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Damn,
So-
man, you feeling good. Okay.
Man, you feeling
Oh,
real
man,
good,
man.
but you feeling real good, bro. So just what's your thoughts on the overall game?
Man,
Give me your thoughts on
listen.
the run game, the O-line, the
Listen.
defense, quarterback. What you got?
You know what? I'm gonna keep it quick. Run game, phenomenal. Man, we had 2 backs for over 120 yards rushing. Did I come? I'm still on the show, y'all.
No, we just
Okay.
put you solo, bro. You good, man. I'm
All right.
seeing right producer, man. We got you, bro.
All right, cool. My bad. So yeah, man, we had over 2 backs. We had Manunga 130 yards, had Swift 125 yards. Each had a touchdown. Caleb, you know, he had a pedestrian game. It was a couple throws that were kind of off centered, but it was a couple throws that if the receivers didn't slip, there would have been completions. It would have had first downs. Defense played exceptionally well. We just to me, I felt like the Eagles, they just, especially after that last game against Dallas, they just weren't right. It seemed like they don't like each other. They don't like each other on the sidelines. They don't like the coaches. It's like, and you felt that. And the Bears controlled the game pretty much throughout. The Eagles did come back and almost tied the game. Field goal, kicker missed the extra point. It was 10-9, so you're thinking, okay, well, what's going on? Why are we not moving the ball? I personally thought that at the end of the first half, we should have, been more aggressive, trying to get more points on the board, to actually expound our lead more, but we didn't. But eventually we did get the dub. We got away toward the end of the fourth quarter. And just congrats, especially the offensive line, man. They just manhandled those Philly, bro. They did. I got a big up to the offensive line in that running game, man. Congratulations.
Man, we got some stuff right here, man. We got Ben Johnson going absolutely ape shit in the locker room, bro. I'm gonna hit play. We're gonna do it live. Let's go. Crazy, man. My coach is a demon, bro. Man is nuts.
He's flexing, man. Flexing.
Good, better, best. You don't let it rest. Good gets best. Good better gets best. Hey. Bro. I had to pull that up, man. I had to pull that up. Ben Johnson is an animal, bro. The right coach. We got the right coach, man. He's a psychopath, bro. That was intense, man. I like Ben. I'm glad he's here. I love what you said about the offensive line and the run game, bro. I just want to get your thoughts on Green Bay next week, man. This is a division rival. So I want to just get your opinion real quick. I'm gonna bring up the graphic right here, man, and you can just tell me your thoughts on the game, and we can get up out of here, man. In a minute, man. You can tell everybody where to find you after that.
Okay, yeah, man. A Green Bay game coming up, man. This is gonna be another big game because a lot of people now saying, "Oh, y'all beat the Eagles. Y'all ain't gonna beat the Packers. Y'all ain't gonna beat the Packers." Watch, we gonna get them too. We gonna get, because to me, I think the Packers are a little overrated as well. I just think Jordan Love doesn't scare me. He doesn't, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's like it in. From when they played the Eagles, when the Packers played the Eagles, it's like, you know, it wasn't not impressive. He was not impressive at all. You know, really not impressive. So I'm looking at this game. It's gonna be a nip and tuck game. I think the Bears will get the dub. We're gonna get out on top because we just had that momentum. And our coach, especially from what we saw right here, when he taking his shirt off, he getting the players hype. He's getting Chicago hype. The players are a representative of their coach. They're gonna play hard for him. You know, and we're gonna see on December 7th, which is gonna be a primetime game. We're gonna see what happens, man. But I got the Bears getting the dub. I don't have a predicted score yet, maybe later, but I just have a big feeling, especially after this win like this, that momentum will shift. It's like a domino effect. It's gonna shift to the next game and the next game after that.
Yeah, well said. Shot, did you give your final thoughts, bro?
Green Bay beat Detroit 31-24 this week. A lot of stuff wasn't surprising in that game. Attrition was a problem for Detroit. Their defense played good. Their run game was shut down reasonably by the Green Bay's defense, which is going to be a problem for the Bears because they attacked the line of scrimmage. They had 8 tackles for loss this week against maybe the best backfield in football. Okay, so take that in consideration if you're a Packers fan or a Bears fan interested in next week. Jordan Love completed 60% of his passes and completed 4 touchdowns on throwing it to 6 different receivers. That means anybody can get the ball at any point of the field. So from that standpoint, you still got to deal with Jordan Love. He might not scare you in terms of him being elite or being above average in some of the major traits that you normally see. But at home, he plays well. So from that standpoint, it's going to be something to deal with. That defense can be scary. Now, everybody knows about Josh Jacobs in terms of their run, but for me, it's really about how that offense is progressing with the pass game, because that's what moves the needle for that offense. When they're clicking, they typically are passing the ball well. So the defensive backs having good games consecutively is what I'm going to focus on for the Bears. It seems that Dennis Allen has found to pick the click in terms of right guys in coverage, other than the fact that McLeod was in the game at the end and almost gave up the game. We ain't going to talk about that, but if they get another healthy body back next week, they'll be in good shape, being able to go on the road and at least have an opportunity to win that game on the upset, because I'm sure the Green Bay is going to be favored to win. I don't really have a score right now, but I definitely think that it's going to be like a cheesy close game. Hopefully Cairo ain't involved in.
Love it. So with that being said, man, CJ, you did your final thoughts on everything, right?
Yep.
All right, man. So Manny, man, you the newcomer to the podcast, man. We appreciate you pulling up. We want to wait for you, man. Carry with the energy that I know we needed, well, for the podcast, man. But tell the people where they can find you, big dog.
So yeah, man, y'all can find me, man. Hey, listen, on ETS Productions, on YouTube, the Southside Podcast with me, Shad, Guy. We're gonna be on there. If not this evening, probably tomorrow, to discuss this game and moving forward. We can find us on the Southside Podcast on TikTok and also on Facebook as well. So look out for those channels.
Man, with that being said, Bears win, man. Great game. The big fellas was balling the offensive line down there on right. Cal Manon guy was Nashawn Wright with the fumble, man. Was crazy today. Coastal Lovin had a good catch, I think, today. You know what I'm saying? But overall, the coaching, man, these dudes right here, Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen, the culture is set, man. Nobody's quitting on this team, and it's beautiful to see, man. The quarterback position, I just hope it get better, and we just gonna roll Shorty, man, until we proven otherwise, man. But right now, we're 9-3. I think we're on top of the NFC, and we're still on top of the NFC North. So with that being said, I'm G Walker, the CNG Podcast. That's CJ, that's Shaw from the CNG Podcast, and that's my guy Manny. And we will see you guys when we see you guys. One love, peace, bear down. The Bear.